Well, September is the end of our first visa term and 3 years since we moved here to Scotland. And it really gives us a great opportunity to reflect on the past few years, confirm the Lord's direction and where He has us now, and also to sort of recast vision for where we feel God is leading us for the future.
It's been really good having the Nelson family here at Nidri Community Church. They've settled in really well to our community and to our church, and they've been a real blessing to the ministry that we are seeking to do here at Nidri and wider 20 schemes.
Coronavirus changed our way of life and ministry drastically, especially this past year. Like all of us, we had to rethink how to do church, how to continue evangelizing, and how to continue to be a community church in a time when community was nearly impossible. And also it meant trying to figure out how to adapt as a family.
It's been hard as a family just to be away from Wyoming and our home.
It's been hard because the coronavirus is going around and that's been really hard, and making new friends has been hard.
But overall, we've been encouraged to see how God has been using us here as a family in this place.
I have really enjoyed our church here, and our church family has been really supportive, and that's something that's been really helpful to have.
Even through all the lockdowns and the restrictions over this past year, we saw people come to Christ, and we've seen young believers grow in hard circumstances. And the Lord has continued to use us despite changes to our entire way of life.
It's been a joy to watch Sam and Katie and others in the church grow in their faith.
Sam's been a great encouragement because he just loves the Lord, and he's just a great and special part of our family.
Without Jason and his family, there were times, especially when I came up here, I was a very young Christian. I maybe even walked away from the faith. To have Jason to put me back to the Word and to help train me in it as well. And the love I have for his family, is second to none really. His daughters are like my sisters, and Parker and Judah are like my brothers. And Gretchen her nickname's Mama B.
Right now, and likely for the next few years, I'll continue to serve as the associate pastor and leading the staff team here at Nidri Community Church.
So the staff team serves two purposes: one, to reach out to the community and to really facilitate and drive that forward, and two, it's also used to disciple these new believers and give them a full-time schedule that allows them to grow in their knowledge of the Lord Jesus Christ, knowledge of the Bible, knowledge of themselves, and give them areas to really practically train and use their gifting.
I'll continue to teach at our Ragged School of Theology, coordinate all the music still here at the church, which I love, and also engaged in discipleship with several guys in the community, including Sam, who is now moved up to be my pastoral assistant.
Andy and Parker serve almost every week on the music team with Jason, and Parker's been doing some video editing for the church and just at home, and that's been great to see God use the kids in the ministry as well.
I'm also looking forward to going forward with music and bass and even guitar on top of that, and doing stuff with 20 Schemes Music.
I have learned from somebody in the church how to edit videos. For me, I just feel like that's encouraging, that I've learned something that I very much enjoy that I could do in the future for my job.
And then Gretchen's been really getting involved with some of our new believers as well, some of the ladies on the team and in the church. And again, that's really helpful to have a mature Christian lady being able to walk alongside some of these new believers.
We initially moved here to Scotland to join with 20 Schemes with the idea that we would, be trained here for a year and then be planting or revitalizing at some point in the future. And while I do believe that's still on our radar as opportunities come up within 20 Schemes, we'll continue to pray and seek God's direction. But right now I think we're so thankful that God is keeping us here in Nidri and has kept us here during this season of life and ministry.
The original intention was for them to stay in Nidri for a year, maybe 2 years, and then go off and plant. But that doesn't mean that he's not involved with church planting, not at all, because what he's involved with is training men and women here at Nidri whom we will hopefully send out to go and plant. And so he has a wider role in terms of training people. And that's not to say in 2 or 3 years that Jason and Gretchen won't go on and plant or revitalise the church.
We will reapply for our visas in August, which, if approved, gives us 3 more years here in Scotland with the hopes of getting residency after 2 more years. We're still praying and looking towards the long term here in Scotland, and we would ask that you would pray with us as we move forward with that vision. We're excited about the future of Nidri Community Church and what happens through us and 20 Schemes. A big part of my focus over the next year is going to be how to reach some of the new builds here in our community. There's just a huge diverse population who has moved into Nidri, lots of internationals, and great opportunity for the gospel. And finally, we just want to all say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are so thankful for the prayers and the financial support we've received over the past few years from churches, from individuals.
And we really appreciate the support you're giving Jason, Gretchen and the kids. It allows the work of the gospel to go forward in the poorest areas of Scotland. And without your financial support, the things that we're doing would not be able to happen. And what we're seeing here is we're seeing souls converted from addiction. We're seeing souls converted from very dark backgrounds. And we're seeing them transformed by the gospel and then going on and being trained for ministry.
Maybe you or your church are praying about an opportunity to be part of a ministry like this. And if you're excited as we are about how God is using our family and the kingdom work that's going on through Nidri Community Church and 20 Schemes, we want to ask you to please prayerfully consider extending or even beginning that partnership with us.